I never imagined my own mother would try to destroy me in front of 300 guests at my brother's wedding. The grand ballroom glowed with crystal chandeliers and the clink of champagne glasses from Seattle's elite. Yet there I stood on that stage, her handprint burning across my cheek after I refused to sign away everything I had built. My name is Harper Langford, and I direct logistics for a major shipping company. I earned every promotion, every dollar, and every square foot of my life through relentless work and sleepless nights. My younger brother Connor, however, floated through life on our parents' endless support. When I bought my first car with savings, they barely noticed. When Connor needed another bailout for his latest failed venture, they celebrated with an expensive dinner. The tension had been building for years. Our mother, Vivian, treated success like currency she could spend however she wanted. At a lunch months earlier, she pushed a folder across the table and calmly informed me I would cover the $50,000 rehearsal dinner because I was the reliable one. I slid it back and told her no. The smile never left her face, but her eyes turned ice cold as she warned me I would regret crossing her. That single refusal ignited a firestorm. Guilt-filled messages poured in from Connor. My father, Richard, sent long emails about family sacrifice and loyalty. I held firm. In my line of you learn quickly when a route is draining resources with no return. I decided it was time to protect my own future instead of funding theirs. I turned to the one person who truly understood. My grandfather Theodore had built a shipping empire before a stroke left him in a wheelchair. He remained sharp as ever. During my Sunday visits, I confided everything. He listened quietly, then revealed that Vivian and Richard had been secretly draining his accounts for months. Without hesitation, he transferred his prized 5,000 square foot penthouse directly to me in complete secrecy. That penthouse became my sanctuary, complete with advanced security systems designed to keep unwanted family away. I moved in gradually under the cover of night, maintaining my old apartment as a decoy. For 3 months, I lived two lives. By day, I handled complex shipping routes. By night, I found peace high above the city lights while my family planned an extravagant wedding, the illusion shattered at a charity gala. An old business associate congratulated Vivian on the generous penthouse gift to me. I watched her expression freeze as the pieces clicked into place. She knew her father-in-law had bypassed her completely. From that moment, the conflict exploded into open warfare. At the engagement party, Richard pulled me aside and coldly suggested Theodore was losing his mind, and the transfer needed immediate reversal. Vivian played the role of concerned peacemaker, while Sophia, Connor's fiancée, staged dramatic tears. Connor publicly labeled me a jealous and bitter sister. Vivian delivered her ultimatum: sign everything over or be erased from the family forever. I walked away that night, but the pressure only intensified. Security logs showed Connor attempting to obtain a replacement key card. When that failed, Vivian launched attacks on my reputation, spreading rumors of elder manipulation to influential circles. I nearly lost a major contract until I presented undeniable proof of my integrity and performance. Still, I knew their campaign had darker purposes. The situation grew more dangerous when I arrived for a visit and found Theodore's door locked. A nurse explained that Richard had brought lawyers to declare him incompetent. I immediately arranged private medical transport and moved my grandfather to a secure facility under an alias in another state. Vivian called the next morning, screaming accusations of kidnapping. I told her all future contact would go through his attorneys. 3 days later, Connor burst into my office in panic. He blurted out that if they could not secure new documents from Theodore, the entire wedding and their financial stability would collapse because the bank was threatening to pull collateral. That desperate slip revealed everything. I spent the night digging through records and uncovered years of embezzlement. Richard had funneled over $4 million through fake vendors to support Connor's failures and their lavish lifestyle. An upcoming corporate audit loomed like a guillotine. They had borrowed from a dangerous private lender who demanded pristine real estate as security. The penthouse was the only asset that could save them before the wedding deadline. I shared the full evidence with Theodore. His voice hardened with resolve. He instructed me to attend the events and let them believe they still had control while his legal team prepared in silence. I followed his plan, absorbing every insult and threat at the rehearsal dinner. Vivian cornered me in the powder room with a folder of fabricated accusations and demanded the penthouse passcode. The wedding day arrived under clear skies. 300 guests filled the elegant ballroom, completely unaware they were celebrating with stolen money. I sat at a distant table and watched my father check his phone obsessively. After the toasts, Vivian took the microphone and delivered a sweet speech about sisterly love before calling me forward. I walked the long aisle knowing refusal would brand me forever. On stage, she pulled me close, her nails digging into my side, and announced to thunderous applause that I was gifting the penthouse to the happy couple. A waiter presented a tablet with the biometric scanner glowing. Under the cheers, she hissed that I had to sign immediately or face ruin on Monday. Instead of placing my thumb on the screen, I took the microphone. The room fell silent as I explained calmly that the property belonged to my grandfather and me. It was not mine to give away, and certainly not theirs to steal. Vivian's face twisted in rage. Her open palm cracked across my cheek with shocking force, the sound echoing through the speakers. I steadied myself, met her eyes without flinching, and walked off the stage into the cool night air. One phone call was all it took. Within minutes, the ballroom doors burst open. Theodore rolled down the aisle, flanked by his attorney and a federal investigator. The entire room froze as the truth unfolded. My grandfather took the microphone and exposed every detail in front of the stunned audience. The phantom accounts, the millions stolen, the risky shadow loan tied to the wedding timeline, the false claims about his mental state, and the blackmail attempts against me. He revealed that the tablet had been connected directly to the lender's system. My refusal had let the deadline pass and collapsed their scheme. Sophia's father stood up, declared the engagement over, and escorted his daughter out. She hurled her ring at Connor before leaving. Guests fled quickly, abandoning half-eaten plates to avoid association with the unfolding scandal. Investigators escorted my parents away for questioning, while the empire they built on lies crumbled in real time. 3 months later, I sat in the courtroom watching Vivian and Richard in prison attire. They faced serious charges including wire fraud, embezzlement, elder abuse, and extortion. Connor lost his fiancée, his frozen accounts, and every social connection. The last I heard, he was working nights scanning packages for minimum wage, a far cry from the entitled life he once knew. I still live in that penthouse with Theodore recovering in the guest suite. Our mornings involve coffee, chess games, and conversations about business and life. The experience taught me something profound. Blood only makes you related. True family requires respect and healthy boundaries. I no longer believe in infinite forgiveness when it costs my peace and security. If you are shrinking yourself at any table to keep others comfortable, remember you have the right to protect your own sanctuary. Lock the door, change the codes, and finally breathe free. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please subscribe for more real-life tales of resilience and justice. Drop your city in the comments. More stories are coming soon. Until next time, stay strong and stay true to yourself.